Why, hello there. A nice Stow here. I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm bringing you a nice summary of a knife I've done a full review on, of a very, very interesting knife, mind you. This is the Reate PL-XT, which is the pivot lock knife from Reate. And as you can obviously see, this is a particularly interesting variant of that knife. It is a relatively small knife. In fact, it is a 3-inch blade. And just under 7 inches, or just about 7 inches overall. The full specs and more details will be in the review. This is just the summary, so let's just do this quick and nice talk about this thing. Obviously, the showstopper here on this particular one, which not all of them come with, is this polished, I believe, DLC Damascus, which is kind of crazy at the price point, and this is particularly with this pattern, this ripple pattern, really, really attractive. Like, this is a really, really good looking blade. This would be a really good looking blade on a knife twice and more the price of this knife. This is, they just call it Damascus. It's probably a lower end Damascus, let's be honest. It's certainly not Damasteel. Not for this price, but I mean, it's Reate. I would assume it's probably something like a 10CR or VG10 Damascus. I wouldn't mind them saying what it is. I don't believe they do. But there are also plain variants of this, I believe, in Nitro V blade steel. Of course, you will be losing out on the pattern. Though you might get, well, probably similar edge retention, performance, and everything. It is a simple drop point blade with a nice swedge on it, Reate logo right there, which I actually don't mind. It's small, it's on the flats, it's not too bad. That is the only thing on this knife, or the blade of this knife. It is a bit thick. It gets thick a bit faster than maybe you would expect, but it's not too bad. It stays thin enough for a while that you're definitely going to get some life out of it. It's not like the super slicer, but it is a decent cutter. It came with a pretty good edge. Good sharpening tool and plunge grind. In fact, great sharpening tool and plunge grind. You can absolutely choke up into that position and still not really be that close to the edge and be quite comfortable and locked in. I feel safe there. I do tend to do this, where I like go halfway between the choke up position and the non-choke up position and go here. I'm even further back. For some reason, I find this really comfortable. Don't know why, but you can even go up here. It's fine. Thumb stud opening only. These thumb studs are rounded on the outside. They're not like perfect, but they work. They're a little bit tricky because they're a bit slippery for the reverse leg, but as you can see, you can definitely do it. No real problem there. It is on bearings. This is a secondary lock that actuates only in the opening position, by the way, that pushes something that prevents this from being depressed all the way. You can get a little bit of wiggle out of the blade, but it won't close while this is active. The handle scales are micarta. With this particular one is a, I'm pretty sure they have G10 variants, but of course there's only this color, this red and black micarta with this Damascus blade, if you're interested in that. It is contoured. It is not ultra great micarta. I'd still say like Kaiser's micarta is on average better. This is pretty comparable to, it's better than like Civivi's bad micarta, but it's not quite as good as their top end micarta. The Norplex stuff that Vosteed is using is much better, yeah. But this is fine. It's a decent micarta. It's not a crazy micarta. It's good. It feels maybe just a little bit lower than the standard micarta Reate uses in quality. Steel liner lock, full backspacer. That should be steel as well. Stop pin is up here. As you can see, it does not get near the edge because they put the nub Gotta love the nub. Always, always put the nub. Because otherwise you end up with a stupid stop pin that hits here, and that could cause problems. And that probably wouldn't cause problems with this knife, though, because you have so much sharpening choil, and it's well away from that. No problem whatsoever. In fact, you're really not even going to have to put in a sharpening choil for a very long time. In fact, you might get most of your use out of the knife before you ever have to do that. The hardware is T8 all around. That I really do like to see. Simple folded over clip. Yeah, the clip is titanium. I mean, it's just a simple fold clip, but it does work. Of course, these clips do work, and let's be honest, on a small knife like this, I can appreciate it. Like, because you don't really feel it. You have not only a pinch point to get it out of your pocket. It's not super deep carry, but it's on a small knife where you might feel the clip a lot. This one, you basically feel it not at all. So I think that was probably a reasonable and smart design. It is centered, there is no play, and as you can see, the action is pretty darn spectacular. I will say, I do have to say, because I want to keep this honest, this is the second one of these that they sent me. The first one had some serious issues. It was ground weird off center. There was some weird stuff going on in the pivot. It wouldn't get tight without play and still, like, function. This one, however, is darn perfect. So, this one is, like, above and beyond perfect. This is top-notch level stuff. This is what I would expect from Reate. Yeah, that's no problem with me at all. This is an Alvin Lee design, I want to say that. And I don't know exactly what that might be Alvin Lee's logo. I don't know. But they're in there, and that's where they need to be. I like them in there. It gives him his credit where it is due, and it still allows the blade to be relatively clean. And again, for some reason I never minded the Reate logo. Don't know why. Lots of internal milling, weight reduction, skeletonization of the blade, or the handle, the blade. Skeletonized blade, yes. No. Versatile pocket clip with a clip, with a tab that acts as an insert for the pocket clip slot when you have it on, well, whichever opposite side. Nice little touch. It's a small knife. It's a reasonably thick knife. In fact, it's considerably thicker than most knives. Like, yeah, that's reasonably thick. But it benefits this knife. It makes it more comfortable. It's super comfortable in the hand. It cuts well. It's got a pretty good edge on it. It's got a beautiful blade. Now, these are a little bit more expensive than I want them to be. The base version of these are like $120. I get that it's Reate, but I do think that the base version should be under $100. I mean, maybe the pivot locking system is a little bit... I mean, it does, quality-wise, this one, not the first one, but this one, the way it all actuates and all comes together, quality-wise, it does feel like it's probably over a $100 knife. But I'd still like to see it at about $100. This one with this is $160. Now, for the knife overall, I'd say that's getting to be too much money. However, the big elephant is this blade. Polished DLC Damascus at $160 is ridiculous. And honestly, the longer I've been with it, the more I'm just like, yeah, I can kind of see where this hit it. This may even be arguably a better value for what you're getting out of the knife with this attractive DLC and this finish on it at this price point than the base model version of this knife. I'm not angry at this. I thought I would be. I said in the review I was a bit conflicted. I'm still slightly on the edge, but overall, I mean, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else Reate does with this, if this blade steel gets put on some of their other pivot locking knives and stuff like that. The bigger version of this with the flipper. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. Overall, though, the execution is top-notch. It is more expensive than I imagine a lot of people would like it to be or would like to spend on a knife. But it's just right there, almost justifying it. And I really do like the red on the micarta. The red on this micarta, like, some of it came real light. Like, that's what you'd expect it to come like. But a lot of it came with a little bit of darker red in it, too. You can see it throughout. And I like that. I like that. It's good looking. It's like they already pre-oiled it maybe a little tiny bit, but you're not getting oil really on your hand, so I don't know. Overall, I like the PLXT from Reate. And it's right on the edge of like being right where it should be, so I'm not going to complain too much. Oh, I also forgot to mention that this is a... We're not going to be able to see down in there. There we go. 21 out of 400. It is a limited run of this variant, so I guess they were probably trying something out. So, if they decide to go with this more frequently, maybe once they do larger runs of it, they can drop the price just a tiny bit. If you can get this down to 140, even 150, honestly, I'd be even more happy and just absolutely blown away at that point. As it is, it's great, it's cool, it's nice, it's simple, it's small, it does take up some room in the pocket, but overall, oh, so the jimping doesn't really do anything. I don't honestly know what the point of it is there, but yeah, it's a good knife. It's a Reate-made knife for the almost budget kind of version from a Reate knife. It's interesting. It's fun. It's really cool and attractive. And I think they really did a really, really good job with the pivot lock on this one. I have had one that was bad, so I can't say they're all good or bad, but this one is really good. So, no problem from me. PLXT summary is done. Thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Full review will be linked again in the description. Did I say that? I don't even remember. I usually do, but I don't remember. Either way, that's it from me. Thank you, and have a great day.